Belingo's just chilling out here right now. So I said he's 12 years old, right? That makes him a teenager. And teenagers have lots of energy. So what we're doing here in our training session is sort of dissipating some of that energy in a very positive manner. So we're going to be running him from this window to one of our lower toss points. So you guys might, or we're not, Taylor, you're not running, right? You're just sending him? Yeah. So we're going to be sending him. So you'll see Taylor, she's going to point one way, and Belingo's going to run that way. You guys can stay here because he'll probably run back and forth a little bit. It's not going to be too long. But we're just trying to get some of that energy out in a fun and effective way. So, like I said, Belingo is 12. He's younger. He's not quite a silverback yet, but it might be surprising to know Belingo is our dominant male here in our troop. So silverback does not always equate to dominance. Silverback coloration is just that. It's a coloration, and adult males will reach that coloration around 14 to 16 years old. So Belingo hasn't quite gotten there yet. You might see a little flecks of silver, but he's not a full silverback. He's still considered blackback. We do have a silverback male in our troop. He is 32 years old, and he's not a dominant male. So silverback and dominance don't equate. Our silverback is very docile, very gentle, very chill. While Belingo has lots of that dominant energy, has lots of energy to spare. And Belingo is actually the father of two of our babies here at Busch Gardens. Gorillas are a great ape species. Can you guys tell me the difference between a great ape and a monkey? You guys know? Yes, so a monkey has a tail, while apes do not. So if you're looking at a primate species and you're finding it a little difficult to tell what's what, just look at their rear end, and if they have a tail, they're probably a monkey. So we have 3 out of the 4 great ape species here at Busch Gardens. Can anyone name them? Anyone think they know? Maybe our camp crew? Yep, the gorillas, the chimpanzees, and the orangutans. That's right. So we have our gorillas and chimpanzees here in Mayombe, and we have the orangutans over in Jangala. And just a warning for you guys, you might have heard that whistle. That's very loud. So we're going to be doing that a couple times. It's how we signal Belingo to come on over. So just prepare yourself when you see the whistle goes into Taylor's mouth. You might want to cover your ears just a little bit. But the 4th species of great apes that we don't have here is the bonobo. And bonobos are very physiologically similar to chimpanzees. So Belingo, like I said before, we're working on A to B's with him. And I know I'm kind of going off track on what I'm talking about, but I'll go back to training here for a minute. So you see Taylor putting some stuff through that chute. The chute is that metal square at the bottom of the windows. That's how we'll access the habitat. So we always use protective contact with our animals. We never go in one-on-one. Gorillas are incredibly strong. Belingo right here, he's really large, right? How large do you think he is? How much do you think he weighs? 350. I heard 350. That was great. He's just around 360 pounds. So it's a really good guess. Now, if you look at Belingo and if he stands up right next to me, he's probably a little shorter. Now, he's 350 pounds compared to my weight, which I'm not going to say, but he's much bigger than me. So he has a lot of dense weight, a lot of muscle. So gorillas are around 5 to 7 times stronger than the strongest human being. So we never want to go in with our gorillas for their safety and ours. We always want to protect them. But we interact with them through this protective contact, like during our training sessions, we interact through the windows or through these chutes. But also we have an inside habitat, and if you look along that back wall, you see that mesh door. That mesh makes up the majority of our inside habitat, and we're able to get much closer inside. We can actually touch and feel and get more interactive than we can at these windows. So for our training behaviors, we do a variety of things. So we're kind of working on a fun play behavior right now, burning off some energy for Belingo. But you also see Taylor doing some different hand cues, different behaviors. So she asked him to stand a little while ago. She might ask for his hand or his foot. We train a variety of behaviors called husbandry behaviors. So husbandry is kind of those healthcare behaviors that we work on. Training is the way we maintain our animals' well-being and health. So by having these husbandry behaviors, a lot of them are basic body cues. So we can get a good look at every single aspect of their body. Say for example, we notice Bolingo, he wasn't eating. We might suspect that he has a busted tooth or a cut in his mouth. So how might we go about that? We'd ask him to open his mouth, and we can look inside, and we can put a tongue depressor in, we can look and get a good look. We have lights, we work one-on-one with our vet staff to make sure our gorillas are healthy. So if we did notice something wrong, we can work with them and manage that problem. So it's a lot of preventative care during these training sessions. And with these basic behaviors, we can ask for anything from their mouth, like I said, hand, foot, back, butt, belly, nose, ear, anything in between. So like I said before, it gets us a good look at every single part of their body. But with those basic behaviors, we can add in more complex, we can make more complex behaviors using tools. So we use a variety of different tools, like I said, a stethoscope. We might use a tongue depressor. We can use an ear swab. I used the mouth as the example before. I'm going to do another mouth example. You guys are supposed to brush your teeth twice a day, right? Floss every day, stay on top of your dental health. And there's a reason for that. Dental health is very important, and the same goes for gorillas. So we actually brush our gorillas' teeth to stay on top of their dental health. So we use a dental spray, and we train them with a toothbrush, so we actually can brush their teeth and to stay on top of that dental health. And they're very comfortable with it. We start training our behaviors at a very young age. So half of our gorillas here were born in Busch Gardens. The rest have come around from different zoos. But we work on those behaviors early so they can be comfortable with them, and they can trust that we're only there to do them good. So, like that toothbrush behavior, you might freak out if someone was trying to stick a toothbrush in your mouth. So by using positive reinforcement, we show them that it's okay, it's a good behavior. So when the gorilla does a full behavior, we're going to reward them. And that's what I said, positive reinforcement. And positive reinforcement is usually a really yummy treat. A lot of times we'll use dried fruits, or right now we have pineapple. Pineapple is really sweet and sugary. Lost my train of thought, sorry, I was watching Bolingo. But positive reinforcement is always going to be something that's not part of their diet. So positive reinforcement is always extra. That's because we work on a voluntary system. So our gorillas don't have to partake in the training session if they don't want to. They can say no, and that's completely fine. They're still going to get everything that they would for the day. We're not going to restrict any diet. We're never going to use punishment. We always use positive reinforcement. So by using that yummy extra fruit, it's really rewarding when the gorilla does a behavior. It's like, yeah, I did it, and it's fun to do it. So Bolingo especially is really good with these behaviors, and he gets really excited. You might see him wiggle around. He throws hay on top of his head. He'll shake his body. He'll grumble. Gorillas show their emotions in many different ways, and Bolingo has many emotions, and his excited behaviors are a lot of fun to see. Do you have a question? So we are working at 2 different locations. So we're working on a to B, which is basically a send and receive behavior. So we have another trainer over at another location, and we're communicating through our radios. And I don't know if we're doing it right now, but he might be looking to hear if she's going to call for him.
We're done.
And looks like we are done with our training session. So, do you have a question?
Yes. Is this the only, I'm sorry, I mean at the very end, is this the only gorilla you have?
No, so we have a troop of 7 gorillas here at Busch Gardens. Bolingo is out hanging out here by himself right now. He is 12 years old, so he is an adolescent male. And typically at this point in his life stage, he's going to break off from the group and he's going to find his own troop. So he typically would be by himself trying to find his own bachelor group. But yeah, we have a troop of 7 here.
Does this gorilla know his own name?
Bolingo does know his name, so he can recognize his name. That's how we do some of the work with our A to B. We'll call Bolingo, and he'll run over there, and then we can call Bolingo over here, and we'll back, and he'll run back.
Is he the dominant male?
He is the dominant male. So He is, like I said before, 12 years old. He's our dominant male, but he's not our silverback male. We do have another male who's 32 years old. Not a very dominant male. He's very gentle, docile, doesn't show dominant characteristics, but he's the silverback. So a lot of people think silverback means dominance, or silverback might even be its own species of gorilla, but silverback is just a coloration. And around 14 to 16 years old, adult males will reach that silverback coloration. So Belengo hasn't reached that point quite yet, but he's starting to get a little bit of silver hairs, but it's just